about
Yes.
first what should sleep look like in general, and why is sleep so important. So a lot of important processes happen while we sleep. Adequate sleep boosts our immune system, our metabolism. When we get enough sleep, then the hormones that make us hungry are decreased, and the hormones that make us feel full are increased. It helps us with our mood. It helps us with our memory, our attention span. So there's a lot of important things, more than we know, that make sleep important for us. And it's just as important as drinking water and breathing oxygen. So the recommended sleep time for adults between ages 18 and 60 is between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So it does differ from person to person, but you should be getting at least 7 hours of sleep. Some people require 8 hours or 9 hours to be fully refreshed and fully functioning. So, outside of Ramadan, we should be getting that much time of sleep. And we have to try our best to try to keep this up in Ramadan as well. So the stages of sleep are divided into 4 stages. There's stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and REM sleep. So the first stage of sleep is when our body starts to relax, our muscles relax, and we're going from a state of wakefulness to a lighter stage of sleep. Stage 2 is also a lighter stage of sleep. Stage 3 and REM sleep are deeper stages of sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement, and that's because our eyes move very quickly and our brain activity increases again. And so stage 3 and REM sleep are the restorative stages of sleep. And our brain waves go into stage 1, 2, 3, and then REM 4 times each. So if I cut my sleep short, I'm not going to be getting all the REM sleep and the restorative sleep that I need. So we need to make sure that we have that full 7 to 9 hours of sleep to feel refreshed in the morning, for our brain to be recharged, and for us to not feel tired. So that's the importance of sleep. And, the way that we can improve our sleep is to increase our sleep time and also increase our sleep quality. There have been studies done on Muslims which show that in Ramadan, when we're fasting, fasting does not decrease our productivity as long as we're still maintaining our sleep. So fasting in and of itself doesn't make you more tired and doesn't make your productivity less. It's actually maintaining your sleep that will decrease your productivity. Mm-hmm. So in Ramadan, what I would suggest doing is trying to make up whatever sleep that you're losing some other time of the day. So for example, we might be staying up later because of Taraweeh. And then we wake up again very early in order to wake up for suhoor and to pray Fajr. And so we're shortening our sleep time from both ends. And so if possible, we can try to make up this sleep by going back to sleep after Fajr or by taking an afternoon nap. And this is actually the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he often took an afternoon nap called a qaylula. So I know that in the Western Hemisphere, this is not usually possible because we all work 9 to 5 jobs, or if you have kids, it's hard to take a nap. But I think this year, because of the pandemic and coronavirus, a lot of people are working from home. So this might be something that we could take advantage of and get in a quick cat nap later on. And then I would advise to at least try to go to sleep by 11 p.m. Mm-hmm. So try to avoid staying up late, watching TV shows. Do whatever prayer that you have to do at nighttime, Isha and additional prayers, and go to sleep by 11 o'clock. And then wake up if you wake up for suhoor and pray a little bit of qiyamul layl before getting up for Fajr, then that's a good 7 hours there if you're sleeping from 11 to 4.
Yeah.
And then if you can go to sleep again after Fajr, that would be great, or just getting in the afternoon nap if you're working from home. I know not everyone can do that. So I think, what I really wanted to stress here is that try, even if you're not sleeping on time, try to make up that time later on in the day, in the morning or in the afternoon.
Yeah, I know that's actually a really great point, especially being at home this time. It is true, and like I don't have that 9 to 5 time work anyway, so for me it's actually like an actual struggle as well. So I think your daughter is so cute. Hi. Oh my god, so cute. No, but like it's really hard for people who are on the entrepreneur like journey or whatever, or like who have part-time jobs and like trying to do something on the side. It's really hard to find the balance. But I agree with you, because when I was at college, I would like it's hard to skip on sleep, but the moment that you lose the sleep, it's gonna be hard to like lose weight, like you said, increases the anxieties, and then not be able to focus in life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So how can we manage it? So like Ramadan is coming up, right? So after Ramadan, maybe some people who might be able to, like the nighttime shift people that who do the night work hours, if there are any right now. I'm not sure, because like I said, with the whole kind of epidemic, a lot of people like at home.
Mm-hmm. So again, if you're regularly sleeping at night, sleeping during the daytime and awake all night, then just make sure that you at least get in those 7 to 9 hours during the daytime. And we have this internal clock called a circadian rhythm. And the circadian rhythm is controlled by a lot of external factors, such as light and temperature. So when when the sun goes down and there's no more light, our bodies automatically start secreting the hormone called melatonin that helps us to feel sleepy. And our body temperature changes also in order to help us to go to sleep. So for those people who have nighttime shift, their sleep is already going to be kind of a little messed up, just because naturally our bodies are designed to go to sleep at nighttime and be awake during the daytime. So when you want to be awake, expose yourself to sunlight. So if wake up early in the morning and go outside, expose yourself to strong sunlight so that your body can know that it's time for you to be awake. And then when it's time for you to go to sleep at nighttime, stay away from electronics, because those are some really bad habits that prevent your brain from excreting the hormone called melatonin that helps you to initiate sleep. So that's why we recommend staying away from electronics at least 2 hours before bedtime.
Yeah, if I may ask, like as a mom, like how do you manage it? So in case the audience that are going to be moms as well, or dads, but like how do you do it with kids?
So it's tough with kids, especially because it's hard to take a nap when your kids are awake.
Yeah.
And especially if you have babies and they're waking up throughout the night, you're not getting a good solid 7 to 9 hours when you're sleeping. So my suggestion to, parents out there.
And I can see you're so cute.
Come sit over here. Come sit over here.
Maybe she can answer the questions.
So my advice is to So
no, being like it's good to be like that. Like it's good to show the reality of a mom life.
Thankfully, my son is taking a nap right now, and she's supposed to be in her bed right now having quiet time, but it doesn't always go as planned. So for those mothers who have very young children and are waking up throughout the night, you need your energy during the daytime to be a mother, to take care of your children. So that's going to be your ibadah during Ramadan. So,
right.
I think that this Ramadan, if it's difficult for you to stay up and make qiyam, then don't push yourself too hard to stay up even. When you wake up in the middle of the night to breastfeed, use that time that you're breastfeeding to make dhikr, to make dua. You're all by yourself in the dark night. call out to Allah while you're breastfeeding, or when you have to wake up in the middle of the night and rock your child back to sleep. Use that time to remember Allah, and inshallah Allah will give you that reward for being up at night.
That's a really good point. Thank you so much, because I feel that's like the hardest part. I always see it every single day, the pattern of like the motherhood during Ramadan, that special connection with subhanahu wa ta'ala. So very good point that like it's an act of worship. Now, my plug in as a fitness trainer, personal trainer, a lot of times people are like, oh, like I don't have time to exercise and stuff like that. But that's also important for number one, sleep, and also important for worship, but also keeping your body in shape, like active. So
definitely,
you can emphasize as well why you need sleep to stay energetic, so you can work out, and so you can pray on time, and so that you can like live life all connected. Yeah. What tips would you recommend or provide for? I mean, you already talked about it, but that you can provide for mothers who are like having a hard time finding time to sleep or the energy, from your experience so far.
So, I mean, that's kind of something that you just take one day at a time, because some days are going to be good days and some days are not going to be so good days, and it's okay. And it's okay to just renew your intentions every day. If things are not going well the way that you wanted, make dua. The best thing that you can do in Ramadan is make dua and ask Allah for help. And if you're not able to do whatever your goals were for that day, make sure that the next day you don't feel defeated and you just start fresh the next day.
Yes, that's a very good point, like day by day. And then like I'm going to also share, do you do any journal writing, for example, or like emotional, or have you ever noticed like women struggle maybe with sleep due to their emotions or hormones? That kind of fun stuff that we go through.
So insomnia is more common in women.
Yeah.
And it could be because of that, because insomnia is caused by anxiety. And so sometimes women do tend to think a lot and stay up late because of that. And so I do recommend to a lot of my patients to journal and write things down before they go to sleep, so that they get their worries off of their chest and then go to sleep, so that they're not taking that with them to their beds.
Yeah, no, exactly. Thank you. Because I know it's like a women problem, but like now we're women, we can talk about this all we want, because it's so true. And we hold things a lot in. And when we hold things a lot in, we like sleep frustratedly in. More likely our sleep's gonna be like disrupted. Then we're gonna wake up like, what's the point of life now? So it's really important to let it out, find an outlet. And that's obviously like important for workouts as well. But workout is a part of it. But I'm really big on emotional health, because it's something I continuously work on. What other, like, I know you're not interested in your best, like not your areas of expertise, but how have you noticed like any form, like have you noticed a pattern, like when you eat the wrong food impacts your sleep, like with your own experience, not patients or anything?
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought this up, because I wanted to talk more about things that good habits that you should have to promote good sleep in Ramadan, and things that you should stay away from to improve your sleep quality. And so some of the things that you should do to improve your sleep quality are avoiding caffeine, especially too close to bedtime, because caffeine is going to keep you up at night. And so if you drink caffeine at iftar time, you may not be able to go to sleep. So avoiding caffeine, and then just like your water bottle, drinking plenty of fluids, because you need to make up for all of the fluids that you're lacking throughout the day. So make sure that you're drinking sufficient fluids after you break your fast and at suhoor time, so that you're not feeling exhausted. Staying away from sugary drinks, because that can make you more thirsty, and also sugar makes you feel more tired if you drink too much sugar. Staying away from salty foods, because that also makes you feel more thirsty. Just eating more nutritious foods, and exercise during the day helps improve your sleep quality. This is because, number one, exercise makes you tired. So you're more likely to go to sleep when it's time for you to go to sleep. Also, if you exercise outside, you're exposing yourself to sunlight. And so that's a double whammy right there. You're getting the sunlight, which is telling your body to stay awake. And then it's increasing your body temperature so that when you're done working out, your body cools down, and that kind of signals your body to fall asleep as well. So it's okay to exercise close to bedtime, but not too close to bedtime. At least give yourself an hour or two for your body to kind of recover and cool down. Some people find it difficult to go to sleep after exercising too close to bedtime. So then I would recommend trying to exercise a little bit earlier in the day. And then also going to sleep in a dark bedroom. So, like I said, the environment helps to control your circadian rhythm. So make sure your room is dark. You have room darkening curtains. Sometimes a white noise machine can help to set the mood and to tell your brain, give your brain that signal that, hey, it's sleep time. So white noise, room darkening curtains, and avoiding any electronics. Do not allow the TV to be in your bedroom. These are all important things that help to increase and improve your sleep quality.
Yeah, and actually, once with Yasmin says she talked about it in one of her courses, how it also impacts our hormones, which is a big deal as well. Like being around electronics, and like I think she even turned her Wi-Fi off. It's just like I was like, what? That really plays a role.
And working out also improves your stress. So if you're stressed out, you're not going to be able to go to sleep. But if you're working out, if you're exercising daily, it's improving your endorphins, it's improving your mood. And then if you're in a better mood, then you can go to sleep on time as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to share also like 2 tips. So since I have like here, don't judge my room, please, but there's a foam roller. That foam roller is good for the myofascial tissue. And so when the myofascial tissue is tightened up and we don't move a lot, it's going to get dry and it's going to get tight. And so that will also impact like our energy, our mobility, and then obviously our sleep. So I want to encourage everyone to get out, to take care of like massage, whether it's a self like, massage therapy that you do or an actual like foam roller. Now the massage places are closed. So do it yourself. And then that will help you also your mind stay energetic. So any final tips, questions from our audience? We have like 5 viewers, which is nice. But any questions that you have maybe or final remarks? Can you hear me?
See any questions?
Hey guys, well, come on, ask questions. We're here. Or tell us, what's your biggest takeaway? Like, what are you going to do this weekend to help you guys sleep better? I want to hear from you. So for me, I'm actually going to work on my hydration level. And then I've been back to my journal writing. So best alternative for energy drinks. We're both not nutrition experts, but from our experiences, I would say natural drinks. So it could be like natural green smoothie, could be natural, just water by itself. That water is actually part of energy in a way, instant. Right? What about you? I don't do energy drinks anymore for now.
No, there's a lot of bad chemicals in energy drinks. I don't do that. If I need caffeine, I'll do chai. I'm a chai person.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you're not to judge, like you're from the Pakistan culture, right?
I'm from India.
Oh, India! Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed. But it's the same thing. Like, I noticed because I went to like Pakistani iftar or like parties and stuff, and I know they're very big when it comes to the sweet drink that they drink, the pinky one, the pink one.
Oh yeah, pink chai or Kashmir. It's Kashmiri chai. It's more from people from Kashmir. Yeah.
It's really sweet, and like they drink it a lot. And I remember like when I used to go to the masjid, they would serve it, and subhanAllah, like now the massages are gonna be closed. That's another opportunity in a way for us to like let's support like eating healthy and sleep better.
And part of the thing is our culture. We love to have greasy foods, samosas, pakoras, which are all like deep fried foods, which are not very healthy for you in Ramadan. But at the same time, these are the foods that make Ramadan special for us. So, I think it's okay to indulge in it once in a while, but also to strike a balance. not to eat huge meals, because if you're eating a huge meal, you're not going to be able to sleep well. You know, eating huge meals is not good for acid reflux. You're going to eat a huge meal, lay down, all the acid is released into your stomach to break down the foods, and then it's going to come up and irritate your esophagus, irritate your voice box, and then you're not going to have good quality sleep. So make sure you're eating smaller meals, healthy meals, not too spicy, because spicy foods can trigger acid reflux. And then make sure you give yourself at least a good 2 hours between your eating time and the time that you're laying down for bed.
Yes, and I had lost my thoughts. Oh my gosh. So I was gonna say, like, very good point, and also like space out between eating time and sleeping time.
Correct. Yeah.
So I know a lot of times like that happens to me. Like especially when I eat, I get tired and like I want to go to sleep, not pray, which is bad. But I get tired, you know. So space out your food, and then work out before you start if you can. Well, since we're live and really fast, like I know we're local. Like for the audience that don't know where we are, we're a little bit local to each other. So how has it been in your area, like in grocery stores, for example? Yeah, how's that been?
So I haven't been grocery shopping much. It's my husband. Hi, Saber. Thanks for joining. Yeah, my husband. I just saw that my husband.
Oh, thank you for coming.
So he's been the one who's been going to the grocery store. We try to go. He tries to go as little as possible. We try to order our groceries as much as we can, but that requires a lot of planning ahead of time. And even then, sometimes the grocery store runs out of food. And so we have to make it into the store. So when he goes, it's not that bad, actually. Sometimes there are things that have run out, like Safeway or Giant. Sometimes things are not there in the shelves, but there's a new store that opened up nearby called Lidl. And so
yeah,
they're usually pretty well stocked as well. So it's kind of like a hit or miss. And then, you know, we're thankful to have a lot of family around us. So if we were able to like pick up one thing, but, you know, we didn't find any milk, so then we'll just text our family members and say, hey, you know, we're running to the grocery store. Do you need anything? And so we will get something for our family members, or they'll pick up something for us and leave it for us at our front door.
That's actually a very good idea. Oh, that's like a good deal opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I've never. How you guys are planning on keeping that Ramadan experience, if you don't mind? Like, you know, we're almost done, but
I'm sorry,
how
say
are
that
you?
again?
We're almost done, but since you're a mom and like for me it's a little bit different situation, how are you planning on keeping that Ramadan experience for yourself, for your family, and for the kids?
So it's going to be a tough one, because especially if the masajids are not open. Ramadan is all about community and getting together and breaking fast with family and friends. But Ramadan has always been a dilemma for me, just because sometimes we end up socializing too much and focusing too much on prepping good foods, spending too much time in the kitchen, you know, staying up late, going out for suhoor, and not getting that sleep that we need. So I feel like, you know, a lot of times instead of making dua before iftar time, because the best time for dua is right before iftar, or a really good time for dua is the last third of the night. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes down to the lowest heaven and asks, which of my servants are in need of me? So we often miss these important dua times because we're not sleeping well, or we're too busy prepping for iftar parties, or we're going to each other's houses and we're just chatting away right before it's time to break fast. So in a way, Ramadan, I feel like, is going to be tough because we're not going to be able to go to the masjid, and we're not going to be seeing our friends. We're not going to be seeing our family. But at the same time, I think there will definitely be some benefits, because now we'll be able to just focus on having a simple meal within our own household, not focus too much time on making elaborate meals. I think one way that we'll probably just try to make Ramadan special for the kids is just make sure that we're praying together in Jama'ah as a family as much as possible. There are some really good programs on YouTube for kids, like Noor Kids, things like that. where there's stories of the prophets. So, we usually do like a Ramadan calendar where each day you pick something out of the Ramadan calendar and do a good deed. So I'll definitely be doing that. So I think it'll be great because we can spend more time together as a family and just spend more time focused on ibadah rather than socializing.
I'm very happy that you mentioned it. And then the topic for today was about mindset as well. So just to summarize this whole talk, mindset is a huge thing. So like, how are we going to look at this problem we're facing right now? And like, there's so many positivity into it. And that's back to like, obviously sleeping is important, but then back to the mindset of there are so many good things about this right now. And like, my situation is very different in a way because I'm not used to the whole like masajid community. Like, I'm the one who want to go, but then I'm the only child. So, alhamdulillah for like new opportunities for people who are not used to it yet. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming. I promise to not take more than half an hour from your time. And half an hour.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Enjoy your Friday and the weekend.
Okay, take care.
You too. Bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye.